Shut up.
What is happening, friends of CCP Podcasting? Welcome to Beyond the Bell Live. I am Chris Page. It is a Wednesday, which means we are halfway to the weekend. Guys, just 2 more days. 2 more days, and then you've got 2 days to recoup and recover and have a good time. I don't know what you guys have planned this weekend, but I will be in Orlando, Florida on Saturday for the Establishment Wrestling. That is right, guys. CCP Podcasting will be in the house in Castleberry, Florida, where we are going to see Elias, the new executive champion, and Life, the new tag team champions. Florida tag team champions will be in the house. And last time Elias and I were in the same building, things did not end well. We will be there, guys. It's going to be a fun time. Also, before we get into today's show, I want to go through some quick announcements, guys. Southern California, we're knocking on your door. We're less than 3 weeks away from Chapter 3, Good Vibrations. We're partnering up with Millennium Pro Wrestling and Primal Pro Wrestling out of Chatsworth and San Diego, respectively, to bring you what is going to be one hell of a day, afternoon, if you will, of fantastic professional wrestling, headlined by the best of 3 falls, tag team wrestling at its finest, the Brothers Divine taking on the Pump Line, and what will be the last encounter between these 2 tag teams in Southern California. It's going down at our live event. If you've never seen these 2 teams in the ring before, I strongly encourage you to go do some motherfucking homework, because this is going to be a main event that is going to take a minute to be touched, and I'm telling you that right now. We've also got, effective today, card subject to change, guys. Devious Cast not going to be able to make it to Southern California. That being said, what do, right? You go with what you know. And what you know is a Black Friday rematch between Mr. 551 CJ Tino and Daniel Moon is now going down. Daniel pulled the win back in November. CJ Tino's been looking for some sweet, sweet revenge since then. We're going to see what happens at Chapter 3. And that's not all. Guys, we have 9 big matches on tap. And as a matter of fact, it's a kind of a perfect segue, because our guest tonight is actually on the show. Not only is he a part of the show, One Division Pro, our friends out of New York City, have wanted to get their championship defended in as many states as possible. And lo and behold, we happen to be traveling to some states this year to do some live events and work with our partners and affiliates that we've made along the way. And it only made sense. These guys stepped in and did some sponsorships at Chapter 2 at Next Level, and obviously are doing some sponsorships here at Chapter 3 by providing us a 1DP heavyweight championship match. It is Rochie Roach. We've talked to Mr. Roach before on Beyond the Bell. Tonight we're going to talk to the challenger. And we're going to have a fun time doing it. Guys, let me welcome to the show Mr. Phinehas Sun. Welcome to Beyond the Bell Live, sir. How are you, brother?
Good, yourself?
I wasn't expecting that quick of an answer, but I'm doing well. I was going to try and catch a minute to hit the vape, bro, but I'm doing well, man. It's a Wednesday. You're fine, dude. I'm just giving you shit. It's fun times. I'm living the dream, doing the best I can with what I've got. Real quick over in chat, Shannon's dropping in, telling you hello. Ryan out in Southern California is telling you what's up, throwing you a wave. We've got some folks that are loading in. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to drop them, and I will get them worked in along the way. Man, I'm doing well. It's just, professional wrestling has just been so giving over the last 2.5 years for our platform and what we've got going on, that now we're able to use it and use that light and put it back where it belongs. And that is on all of you guys. I know that for me, this is going to be a really good education, because I love learning, and I love learning about new talent. I love learning about new people, and I love learning about the journeys that go along with it. UK Paul over in chat, obviously he's over in the UK, says welcome to CCP Podcasting. So some folks are already showing up and showing you some love, my man. For you,
thanks everybody for having me.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be great, man. I wanna always come in and break the ice easy, as I say, before we start getting in between the sheets. I like to do a little foreplay. And for you, it's more of like I ask everybody, where did you fall in love with professional wrestling, man? Where did it draw you in as a fan and start you on the journey to where you're eventually going?
My uncle, he watches wrestling religiously, and he's a very big sports fan. So he got me into wrestling
Wrestling,
a
man. Where
lot.
did
And we talk about it often. So that's about where it came from. Is as a child, my uncle always watched it, so I always watched it.
what were some of the what was one of your earliest memories of watching? So like I bonded with wrestling with my great grandmother. And I've told this story like 100 times, and it never gets old to me because like I was like 5, 6 years old, I would imagine,
Hmm.
and I walked in on her screaming at the television, and she was screaming because Ric Flair was beating up on Dusty Rhodes on TBS. So it was like, yeah. From there, I was wondering why my great grandmother was screaming and yelling at the TV. Like she was old as shit, bro. She was waving a cane and
Hmm.
everything at her. Like it was wild, and I just for whatever reason, like I can never forget that. Do you remember like what was on outside of just hanging out with your dad?
My uncle.
Uncle, excuse me.
One of my fondest memories, I guess, was Kid Rock singing um, the Undertaker's entrance song while he was riding his motorcycle down to the ring at WrestleMania.
American Badass. That was an
Yeah,
interesting variation of Taker, if I do say so. Now, funny that's
yeah,
one of your memories. Like I remember Taker when he first came out in the early '90s, and he was
yep,
legitimately one of the last wrestlers that professional wrestlers that scared the shit out of me. Because at that point in time, like
yeah.
I was like 9 or 10, and I still wasn't smartened up to anything. But he gray gloves coming out at that point in time with like Ted DiBiase was the first manager, and then Brother Love. He would come on, and me and my sister would leave the room, dude. And then you see the evolution, and you talk about like evolutions of characters over the years. Like the
Hmm.
Undertaker has managed to evolve that character so many different times, and is almost like a blueprint of how to succeed and how to shift your character direction and evolve with the times.
Yeah, Chris Jericho was also another one that
Yep.
evolved his character several times just to keep up with the times.
Absolutely, he is another incarnation. Triple H was one too. If you go back to the
Yep.
early Blue Blood stages through the Cerebral Assassin and Authority, man, he's another one. Is one of those cats, man. Ryan says he was 4 when Taker debuted, and he scared him too. Well, Ryan, you just made me feel that much older, buddy. Thank you, I appreciate that. Um, when does fandom kind of obviously fandom doesn't go away, but when does like creeping the idea start creeping in about really trying to get into this? Like, what does that look like for you?
Um, I guess I always just wanted to be a professional wrestler in some aspect or be part of the business. Um, I went through a really hard time about 4, 5 years ago, and it really made me think about I need an escape from reality. So that was wrestling became my escape.
Well, I hear you say that, man, and I had difficult times as well, and what I always say when I hear people talk about like some shit that they've had to go through is I always try and find silver lining, and the silver lining is whatever that situation was, it didn't beat you,
Hmm.
you've turned it around and made something else happen out of it. When you start getting into like the training aspect and looking at schools and how to break in or where to break in, like what did that look like, and where did you actually get in there for the first time and start working on the training aspect?
My ex works at a Planet Fitness close by, and she told me about a wrestling school that was starting up at the Arnett Mall with Excite Wrestling, or the Fighting Arts Professional Wrestling Institute is what the school was under. So I just showed up one day, February 23rd, and I never stopped going after that.
I love how you have the date like fucking pinpointed, man. It's like it's like the anniversary. I wish that I could
Yep.
remember back to when I first got into the ring. Like I remember like day one of training, like throwing up like 5 times, and I remember like we didn't do like a whole lot of warm up, man. Our first day was like you run the reps for 45 minutes. That's
Oh,
yeah. That different times, brother. Different times, different places.
yeah.
I remember going home the first night. It looked like I had a wild affair with the Sandman because I had so many fucking welts across my back just from bouncing off the ropes and
Yep.
not knowing, right? Like that was the big thing is it was older school mentality. But when you get into training, what were some of the strengths that you had? Like what were some of the things that maybe came quicker? And maybe you didn't realize that you were going to catch on so fast. And on the backside of that, what were some of the things that you had to work on? What were some of the things that came a little bit more challenging for you?
Uh, Strengths, I guess, would just be my determination to not give up. My weakness was uh, getting out of my own head to be able to do everything properly. That was my biggest thing. One of the, I guess, co-trainers or one of the students at the time, Sarah Reed, he had to tell me so many times to get out of my head and to just do it. And that's what really got me to actually be able to do everything properly because I was overthinking so much.
Well, that's a facet that comes along with it, especially as you're getting started. It's hard to like assume that everything is going to be okay when you're taking bumps for the first time, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you have to get past that mental block, and it's difficult. It's not the easiest thing to do. Like I always tell
Mm-mm.
people, if you fucking think that this is something that everybody can do, let me just see you take a body slam. Let me,
Yeah.
there's so many things that you have to do correctly. And you are overcritical and you're over analyzing and you're reading deeper because this is your body. You only got one.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're well aware, a quarter of an inch one way or the other on a landing can fuck you up for
Yep.
good. And it's just interesting to see how that goes. When you start looking at diving deeper and start creating, the character or what you're wanting to present or how you're wanting to present it. And obviously, I know just as well as everybody does that obviously you have to evolve as well. And you've been doing this for
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 years now. So when you start really putting together like the presentation on what you want to present, what was going through your mind, and did you was your first incarnation as terrible as mine? And I know you don't know what mine was, but I'll give you a brief little rundown. I was known as the Zen Master, and I spelled it Zin versus Zen,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole gimmick was I thrived on chaos. I thought it was kind of cool, and I ran it for a year and a half until my buddies told me that was fucking stupid. And I was just like, why didn't you say anything? But as you're putting this thing together, man, what's your motivation behind it, and what's all that look like for you?
My first incarnation of Phineas Sun was gonna be a Viking styled character. Um, but then I kind of pivoted to something else. I was put in a tag team with IB Green as the manager, and we became the Hardcore Degenerates. We just kind of caused chaos and disarray. And then the tag team broke up, so then I went kind of a solos career for a little bit and just kind of voided out. I didn't really know what I was going for. And then I started tagging with my current tag team partner, David Black, and we became the Hemlock Syndicate. And now we're just causing more chaos, but in a better aspect, I guess.
So tag team seems to be the thing, right? Is that I am a diehard tag team guy. I think tag team wrestling is a lost fucking art. So that I
Yeah.
have to ask you this. Give me who are some of your inspirations behind tag team wrestling? Who are some of your great tag teams that you were looking at as you're putting this stuff together?
Uh, Matt, Jeff, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian.
Because they totally reek of awesomeness.
Yes. Um,
Give me
that's
five
pretty
second.
much all I've got.
Give me 5 second pose, Edge and Kristen all day long.
Yes,
I will
that was
take that
amazing.
variation, brother. That was so they were so entertaining. And if we were lucky, we would get a 6-second pose. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, those cats are fantastic. Um, so with the team itself, or going through your variations of teams, what drew you in to tag teaming over going a singles route?
Um, I'm not the greatest of talkers, so cutting a promo by myself is crazy in my mind. Like I know I can do it, and obviously I just did one for my for the match with Rochie Roach. But it takes like forever for me to get everything worded out properly in my own head. So he's my tag team partner, David Black, is the talker of the group.
Mhm.
We both obviously can wrestle, so um, I just I like to be quiet, I guess.
You're more reserved. We're gonna break you out of your
Yes.
shell, I promise. I don't. I tend to do that. So by the time we get through the show, that reserve's gonna go out the window. You're gonna drop a cuss word before it's all said and done. You're gonna give me one. I fucking promise. I'm just kidding, brother. If you don't swear, don't worry about it.
I swear
I've
a lot,
Oh,
actually.
well, listen, we're not made for children. So if that helps you relax, brother, by all means, say whatever the fuck you want to say. When I dig, what I dig about professional wrestling, man, is for me, it's really just connecting and finding ways
Mhm.
to connect. And psychology is a pretty big thing. And it was a big thing back in my day. And I look at it now as like it's almost invaluable. What is your take? What do you think about when you're putting together a match? How important is psychology, and how important is playing off of the crowd versus maybe putting together spots after spots after spots? And I say that because like in my day I'd have guys say, "Oh, I want to do this, this, and this." I'd be like, "Oh, fuck no." We're going to listen to the crowd, and if the crowd dictates
Mhm.
it, then we'll do it. But that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case nowadays. So I'm real curious about the comparison from your side of the coin for being in there currently.
Um, when I still do train. We were taught like the 7 steps to try to stick to as close to the 7 steps as possible.
Hmm.
So that's mainly what we go based off of. Uh,
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going. I thought you were going to give me another piece of an answer. I had a text message come in too that I was like, "Oh shit, this promoter got up and say I'm on a show. Bear with me." That's the thing, brother. My world is so wild right now. I for the love of God want to throw my phone against the wall sometimes. But
you're good.
I didn't really realize where we would come as a platform, and really how far we've come as a platform, to be perfectly
Hmm.
fair, from where we started to where we are now, and some of the things that we're looking to do and try and get into. And we're really just getting started, much like our conversation, because I want to talk a little bit about some of the successes that you found earlier on in your career. Like, did you get into some tag team title situations? And if you did, what were some of the highlights in the earlier days?
I haven't had any title runs yet. And my biggest feud that I had was with Phinehas Sun, who is now retired, I think. We just ran a whole feud all last summer, vying for the Fighting Arts Professional Wrestling Institute title that is now held by TJ Epics. But we did a couple tag team matches, her with somebody else, and then during the big blow off, it was a no disqualifications match. She ended up winning.
Oh, we don't like that. You got to win the blow off, buddy. You gotta get that one back. Where does
I should have won that match.
Yeah, I know. We can. God, fuckers, come on now. Well, let's talk a little bit now about One Division Pro. Obviously, as we touched on, or as I touched on, as we came on the air, One DP very friendly with us. We really kind of just built this relationship and continue to build this relationship. Where do you and One DP cross?
Um, we actually haven't crossed paths at all. The California show will be my first show with One Division Pro Wrestling. Um, networking was the biggest thing. So I reached out to them, and then we just had some few communications, and now I'm booked out in California for my first show with them.
Well, that's got to be a lot of fun. Well, it's to come into a situation like this, and we'll kind of flip the switch a little bit. You're walking into a really big opportunity. Obviously, it's a debut with a new company, and you're
Yep.
going up against Champioso. We've had Rochie Roach on the show before, and have seen a little bit of his work. We know that this guy is legitimate. Let's talk a little bit about getting the opportunity to, number one, you're debuting with the company, you're debuting in Los Angeles, and you're debuting for a shot at their heavyweight championship. Let's talk
hmm
about it.
Um, Not really sure what to say other than I'll be walking out as champion, and I'll be in the airport on the 29th, going home as a champion.
So, have you seen Rochi? Have you seen a lot of his stuff? Have you tell me a little bit about what you're prepping for? Give me your thought
Not a
process.
clue. I haven't watched a single tape.
And you're walking in blind, man. That's a
Yeah.
bold step and a bold prediction to come in, and I mean Rochi is on point. I'm real curious. This will be the first time that I see both of you wrestle live. And I think that when the opportunity presented itself for something like this to happen, it seemed like a natural fit, because my platform's built on collaboration. I don't even,
Mhm.
we're not a wrestling promotion. We're collaborating. We're working with those who we built relationships and cultivated relationships with, and are legitimate fucking companies with a lot of really good talent attached to it. So for me, it's more putting you guys in locker rooms to be able to network and maybe get work down the line with some of these other people, and coming into
Mhm.
this opportunity for you is, to me, it's a pretty big deal. I look at it as if I'm in your position, I'm looking at it as it's a big opportunity. It's a big opportunity to make a very loud statement within not only the realm of One Division Pro, but the audience that we bring with us as well.
Mhm.
Uh, for you to have the opportunity to get in a position to be seen by more people. Obviously jumping at that is crucial and critical. But I'm curious, being in a new town, new audience, do you think that's going to play a factor into anything, or is it business as usual?
Business as usual. Um, the trick is I wear glasses, so when I take my glasses off, I can't see the crowd at all. So,
Well, that's one way to get past any kind of stage fright. They just tell people, go,
yeah,
picture people in your underwear. No, I just can't see them. I just,
yeah.
I think that's interesting as well. Uh, what uh what do you have on tap, man? What other kind of things are you looking to do? What other kind of what else do you have going on? Where are some of the things that you're looking to get accomplished here in 2026?
Um, Debut for as many new promotions as I possibly can. This weekend, I'm going over to Grapple Pro, see what I can get over there. Um, on March 21st, Flex Wrestling is holding a show about 40 minutes from my house. Gonna stop over there, see if I can get some work over there, and then off to California.
So you're really on the grind right now. You're out there trying
Oh,
to make as many moves as possible. So, in that vein, man, let me ask you this, and this is no way we're not winding things down, but it just seems to be a perfect segue here. Where are some places that you do want to work for? Where are some companies out there that are on your radar that if you could, kind of get your foot in the door, where would they be?
um, New Jersey, New York City, anywhere that's kind of like out of the upstate New York area is where I'm trying to go.
So essentially, just anywhere on that side of the coast, or really, obviously you're making a shot across the country, so that is within the realm of
Yeah.
possibilities as well. And I'm
Overseas is completely fine too. I'm terrified of flights, but I'll suck it up for a chance at anything.
Are you driving to Cali or are you flying?
No,
Oh, so
no, we're flying.
you gotta get through the flight first, man. Somebody better have the same way.
Yeah,
They fucking hate flights. They hate getting on planes.
I'm gonna.
And I'm like, well, you stay at the house and watch the dogs if you want to, but I'm gonna go to Los Angeles
Hmm.
and hang out for the weekend and have a good time while we do it. And it's gonna be one of those kind of situations.
Yeah, I feel bad for my girlfriend. She gets to sit next to me, and I get to ignore her the whole time and just watch anime. So,
Well, okay, so anime seems to is a thing for you. What kind of stuff? What kind of anime stuff are you into? I think we have a cross pollinated audience, and I know that we've got some folks out there that follow our stuff that are into the same thing. So I hear that it makes my ears go up because I'm kind of curious.
I'm into Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, pretty much just any anime out there at this point. Not really too picky about it. It's got to capture my attention within like the first uh 5 episodes, or I just stop watching it.
Well, I don't think I'm that way with just about anything. So I give it about 30 minutes. If, you, if I'm not hooked in 30, buddy, it's time to turn it off. I got to move on to something else.
Yep.
But that's just me. That's how my life rolls right now because I
Yeah.
went from you know nobody really to somebody that uh, facilitates a lot of independent wrestling across the
Hmm.
world, and it just keeps going and going and going. I originally thought that we'll be done in 2 years. We'll be all right. We'll be over with. Yeah, buddy, we are. We're I think you're probably episode 140 of our Beyond the Bell series, and
Damn.
and now I mean we're booked out through we're into April at this point, and rolling
Yeah.
into May. It just keeps moving and moving and moving. Um, I want to ask you this because you come across tag team is kind of the bread and butter. Getting into this thing
Yep.
with Rochie Roach is as a singles. What kind of singles experience do you have, and do you think that may be a detriment coming in against somebody who has predominantly been a singles competitor?
Uh, it's definitely going to be a detriment. I don't really do that many singles matches, but I am definitely looking forward to the opportunity. I've been practicing with some singles matches, so getting back there.
What kind of style are you going to bring to the table?
A brawler style,
so this is
combat era.
so this is not going to be pretty. This is going to be a
No.
fight.
Yeah.
God, I hope the walls of Millennium Pro can contain this because it sounds like you've got your eyes set on creating a massive situation here. And if you were to leave California and Los Angeles with the 1DP championship on your debut, man, you talk about turning some heads. That's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. What I'm looking forward to.
Where else? Who are some people that you're trying to get into the ring with? Like, who are some matches out there that you'd like to have?
Matches that I would like to have. Mike Skyros.
Okay.
He's one of the most known guys in the upstate New York area. Been traveling around a lot lately. I would definitely love to wrestle him. Um, if I could wrestle my tag team partner again, that would be fantastic. David Black. Um, Antonio Dior. He's been trying to infiltrate my tag team. So anything to get him out. I'd like to wrestle him. I'd like to wrestle my coach again, HC Loke. That would be awesome.
When you talk about wrestling some of these people again, like HC Loke, where would that happen at? Where have you guys hooked up at before?
We have wrestled in Excite Wrestling. He is my trainer, an ECW original. So if we were to wrestle again, it would probably be for the company that he runs, Flex Wrestling.
I just noticed your friend behind you. You're a pet guy.
Yeah, I got a cat.
Oh, what's the kitty's name? I asked that because
Ah,
I'm a dog guy. I've got two,
well, I guess
and
she
they're
doesn't want to be on camera.
oh, she says, "Daddy,
Um,
you can't do that."
this one is Duck Duck, and then
Oh,
the other one is Guinevere. They're my girlfriend's cats.
well, I think that they're adorable. I'm a pet guy. Anytime I see animals, I just gotta fucking just say something, or else I feel like I'm doing a disservice. Um, so for you with 2026, obviously you're trying to break out. You're trying to get into as many places as possible. You're trying to do
Hmm.
some traveling, obviously. What other kind of longer term goals are you looking for? Like what makes you tick when it comes to the wrestling scene? What are you trying to do? What are some of the things that you're trying to get accomplished?
Um, I want to show my daughter that it's okay to chase her dreams. That is my biggest accomplishment. Is if I get to be able to do that for her, then she will know that it's okay to chase her dreams, no matter how big they are.
I can appreciate that. I think that God, that was a really perfect answer. Because I'm really big on following what you want to do and following your
Hmm.
passion, whatever that is. And everybody's passion's different. Everybody's thing is different. And for me, the passion is the channel. It is building the platform. It is now being in a position to where we're hit up every day from somebody new that wants to either come on the show or has heard what we're doing and how we're doing it and why we're doing it. I think with me, everything comes down to like intentions. And do people have the good intentions for what they're doing? And in our case, it is very much legitimate and very much true. I treat anyone that comes to one of my shows with the utmost respect because at the end of
Hmm.
the day, I know that I don't have a show if you're not there. I can have the biggest platform in the world, but if I don't have the guys or the girls there to get in the ring and do what needs to be done, then I don't have anything. And I don't ever lose sight of that. And for us, it's really now it's more about using the platform and using the spotlight that we do generate and putting it back on the talent and putting it back on the performers. So we don't have this if we don't have you guys. And a big piece of what we're doing, like I said, is to take people and put them in locker rooms with One Division Pro. I think that this is going to be a very beneficial kind of situation because we're not only being able to have them on our show and have guys and have them send guys like you, right? And
Hmm.
Rochie out to the show and be able to go to different states and be able to get their brand out there, just like we're putting our brand out there. Like to me, that's the win, and that's the real beautiful thing about working with people. Because I do feel like if everybody would just work together, we could make this we could make this scene such a beautiful place and such
Oh yeah.
an interesting and fun place to be. And for me, it's really about the opportunities. It's about presenting the
Hmm.
opportunities. It's about getting the gratification that I get is when one of the guys that I work with sends me a DM or calls me or texts me and says, "Man, thank you for
Yeah.
giving me this match, giving me this opportunity to wrestle this guy that I've wanted to wrestle or this guy that I've wanted to wrestle, and nobody would ever book it." And shit like that is why we're here, and shit like
Hmm.
that is what goes a long way with us. Um, for you, I'm interested to see how this shakes and how this goes down because you're walking in with a lot of confidence, and I know that Rochie Roach is just one of those dudes, man, and he's one of those
Hmm.
cats that has everything and can put it together. And if he puts everything together, he's going to be dangerous. And I'm not saying that to stir or add fuel to a fire, man. I want you to be aware of what you're walking into, and that it's a big opportunity for you. It's a big opportunity for 1DP. It's a big opportunity for us as a platform and as a channel. And I think that one way or the other, we're gonna introduce you to the audience, and we're gonna put you out there and see what you can do. It's I always tell people it's sink or swim. If you've got the talent, you've got the ability, you're gonna do just fine. Um,
Yeah.
for you, we've talked a little bit about the companies and some people that you want to work with. Who are some people that we should be watching according to you?
Mike Skyros for one. He's a fantastic human being all around. Um, Pat Sawyer, fantastic. He also helped train me a little bit. David Black, Antonio Dior, two great guys, two great friends. Prime Time is a fantastic tag team out of Ground Zero in Rochester, New York. They are levels above anything. That's about it. That's all I can think of right now.
No, I like that because all the names that you gave me, I'm not familiar with. And, this thing started because I got stoned and threw a dart at the wall that had a map on it and landed in Australia. And that was 2.5 years ago. And from there, that then grew into all of Australia and then the UK and then South America and so forth and so on until you get to the States. And how that happened is because when we turned on this show, with no context, mind you, we don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the talent and the in-ring work is what drew us in. And that's always been a building block of our platform is the hidden gems, are the people that, that don't get, the spotlight, and maybe they should. And there's a hell of a lot of those out there, as we have found over the last 2.5 years. And for the last year and a half of that, it's come from that one question. Is you don't just give me them. You give me companies that they're working with that I may not be familiar with. You're also giving me other opponents that'll be first time watches. So you give me 4 or 5 people, you're actually giving me more like fucking 15, 16 when you look at the matches and you look at companies and you look at the different things that come along with that. And that's how I say professional wrestling can bring people together. It's because you put their name out there and then we go back and we watch and we see who draws us in. We see, who the audience connects with, our audience. Because we listen, I listen to them, guys. I listen to everybody. It isn't, just a me thing. This is a big family that we have built here with CCP podcasting, man. And anybody that comes through the doors and takes a seat where you're sitting is a part of the family. And I say that to say, because if there's anything that we can ever do for you, all you have to do is ask. And if it's within power, if it's within what we can do, we do it. No questions asked. Just do it. Because, time is very valuable. And when you guys give us your time and you give us your availability, like that's how we can say thank you. Simple. You keep paying it forward, and you keep the ball rolling, and you keep the cog on the wheel continues to move. So we've talked a lot about wrestling. Talked a little bit about you. We talked a little bit about anime. We talked a little bit about your cats. What other kind of stuff interests you, man? What makes you tick? What outside of wrestling? What kind of fun facts about you do you want to throw out there that we can talk about?
I have a daughter, as I mentioned earlier. She gets me through so many things. I also collect Funko Pops.
Yeah,
a whole lot of them. I got more off that you can't see, and then more in a closet you can't see. I'm an avid gamer. I love gaming.
Oh, wait a minute. We gotta stop there. What's the genre of gaming? What is your game of choice?
Open world.
RP.
MMOs. Yep. Final Fantasy. I have a game pulled up that's just kind of sitting there right now. Greedfall. I just pre-ordered Crimson Desert the other day. So love an open world game that I can get lost in. Skyrim, countless hours.
I like to nerd out over that shit too. I not so much anymore, but I guess it was maybe a year ago, we were doing like GM modes and shit on streams where we would just play the fucking game and do stuff like that. But I remember for me, like Legends of Zelda. We're going back
Oh
to
yeah.
the old school Nintendo, bro. Like that was the
Hmm.
first game that I remember. That and Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Those are the three games that, like,
Yeah, I
back in the
remember Duck
day.
Hunt.
I don't know about your household, man, but in mine, like my dad and my mom played Zelda together. But my
Mm.
dad would sneak downstairs and play the game when my mom was asleep. And my mom would get pissed, and like it was a big thing. And I always remember the Legends of Zelda for that. And I think the old
Hmm.
school game was fucking fantastic. Uh,
Yep.
what other kind of things are you interested in, man? Like what other kind of gaming aspects that you like to do? And I say that because JB is one of my co-hosts, and he has a Twitch channel as well. No Game Unturned. That's all he does. Is
Mm.
play old school games, new school games. He just throws shit on and plays it. And it's like a nostalgia trip
Um,
sometimes.
I have a PC that I haven't touched in like 2 years. I have a PlayStation and an Xbox. I'm about to buy a Nintendo Switch for this trip to California. So I have to figure out some games to buy off that.
Yeah, long
Um,
flight, brother. You gotta keep yourself occupied. You know what I'll be doing? I'll be
yeah,
editing fucking Beyond the Belts. That's what I'll be doing on the plane.
there you go.
No, you say there you
Oh,
go. No, it's not. It's not. That's the downside of what I do. Go ahead, Abby. Step on it.
uh, I don't know. This year has been really about change for me. At the end of last year, I got fired from a job that I held for 9 years. I started dating my girlfriend right before that. Um, so this year's just been all about change. After I got fired, I gave myself 30 days to find a new job. Because I was working two jobs before I got fired. And then I was down to one. So then I gave myself 30 days to find a new job, and I got a new job within 20 days. So then I ended up quitting my other job. So now I'm back down to one job. So now I have a life again, and I'm happy. That's all it
You
is.
know, man. Like, here's the thing. You gotta find the balance, and whatever the
Hmm.
balance looks like for you, and it's different for everybody. I always tell people, and I'm taking my own advice the end of 2026 and betting on myself and taking a
Yep.
risk. But I feel like if we don't take risks, then we're never going to see any rewards. And if you're afraid to fail, then you're never going to succeed. Period.
Yep. Um,
Um, Go ahead.
so networking is something that I've been really big on this year as well, trying to get in wherever I can to wrestle. Or even if it's just holding a camera and being known out there, like, oh, this guy's willing to help us. Let's see if he wrestles. And there you go. It's all about networking.
Well, what I have found, again, we're rolling into SoCal's our third show. Our first one was in
Hmm.
November. Our second one was in January. This is our third, and then from here on until mid July, we're every month. But I got approached, and I've been approached by a lot of different people all over the United States. Everybody's like kind of wanting to do the same thing. They get on the show, but I tell everybody this is everybody gets the same answer back. Is a lot of my stuff's already pre-booked, but if you're in the area, I'll add people to my extra list, and when I come
Hmm.
back, I will definitely be reaching out if you come and help and you want to be a part of what we're trying to build and what we're trying to do. And that door is open to anybody, not just the guys that we work with. I'm a firm believer. I don't believe in tribalism. I think that if you don't like something, you just don't watch it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to go out there and openly shit on it. You can just keep your opinions to yourselves.
Hmm.
Um, and ultimately, professional wrestling is, for me, this is our opportunity to make some sort of change. This is our
Yep.
opportunity to really show a lot of people that if you do work together, you can build something substantial and something that can change the game. And that's where we're headed, I think. Um, this has been 100% a passion project and a for the love of the game thing. And if you're, what a lot of people don't understand with professional wrestling, that's why a lot of the guys are in it. works. A lot of the guys, 1% make it. Everyone else
Mm-hmm.
is, you're either here for the love of the game or, you're certifiably crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
that's just the nature of it, man. And I'm interested to see you. I'm interested to see what you bring to the table. I'm real curious to see how the audience in Southern California reacts to One Division Pro even being in the building, because
Mm-hmm.
for me, I listen and I watch, and I'm watching crowds. Like, you'll see me at the show. I'll be all over the place, and I'll be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. But I'm watching from different
Mm-hmm.
vantage points. I'm looking and getting reactions, and I'm watching the crowd. I may be in the back of the room. I may be ringside. I may be somewhere, but I'm watching, man, and I'm listening, and I really give good feedback when I'm asked, because we do see a lot of wrestling all over the world, a lot of different styles, a lot of different people. And if we can help somebody, then that's exactly what we're going to do. I am thrilled that we got to spend a little bit of time together, and that we got an opportunity to
Yeah.
sit down and just chat, and get you out there to our audience. We've got probably 70 or 80 strong that have been here the whole fucking show, to be perfectly fair. So there's been a lot of folks coming in and coming out. Before we get ready to tie a bow on things, is there anything that you want to say to the people? Anything you want to say to the audience? Anything you want to plug, man? The floor is absolutely yours.
I don't really have much to say except for welcome to chaos,
Well,
and see you in California.
chaos is definitely coming, and it is coming to SoCal on March the 28th, guys. Again, I encourage you, go ahead and get your tickets now. They will be available at the door, but ccppodcasting.com is where you can go grab everything in advance and not have to worry about if there's going to be a ticket available, because I do think that we're going to pack out Millennium Pro Wrestling. And the easiest way, guys, that you can show your support is by sharing, and subscribing. And our guest today, in Mr. Phinehas Sun's case, has been on the screen the entire show. Phinehas_Sun. Super simple. Hit the follow button over on Instagram. Share stuff, because you never know. All it takes is being seen by the right person at the right time, the right place. We know, because it's happened before. For my guest today, Mr. Phinehas Sun, I am Chris Page, and we will see you next time.